Hello! Today
Hey!
Hey! I kicked something. We are filming a Walt Disney World This or That tag today. These are so much fun. It's hard for me to make choices sometimes, but sometimes I can convince myself that I think one thing
is better than another.
Well, sometimes, and maybe it's just like today or right now in this situation. I wouldn't say that all these choices are my choice forever, always, so don't hold me to them. But for today, right now, these are my answers. Yeah. So that's what I think is fun about these. I can change my mind next time. I could do this again in 6 months, and I might have different answers.
I might do this again tomorrow, and I would have different answers.
Exactly. My perspective might be a little bit different next time. So
this is a tag.
This is a tag that we watched on Justin and Lacey's channel, Our Z-Roll, and I thought it was a lot of fun watching it. While we were watching it, I thought, hey, we could do that. We live here. We've got different perspectives because we live here and we're annual pass holders. So I thought it might be really fun for us to do.
And I know they're on their way down here.
Yes.
And they're going to be working on our garage. I don't think they know that yet, but
I don't think Justin knows, but he's going to be installing some of those, what are they called?
Cool things. I don't know.
The garage wall. We need a place to hang our ladders, and so we've just decided that we're going to enlist.
He's done such a good job there that he can just do that in his spare time.
We're kidding, but it would be really nice to have a handyman that could help us with that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna start on this Walt Disney World This or That tag because I've never done one of these. I just looked and I've done 3 different This or That tags, and one of them was Disney Cruise, and I did by myself. And I think that we should do that one again.
Yeah,
and I think we should do it together. I think that'd be really fun to do with the 3 of us.
Yeah. Yeah, get Emma on that one.
Then I did my dessert This or That tag, which I thought was really fun. I just like to think about happy things, and desserts to me are happy.
Yep.
And so I really liked that one.
Yep.
And I think a few of you had a really good time watching that one or doing that one or leaving your answers in the comments, so that was really fun for me. And then the other one was the Christmas one, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because we did one during Vlogmas. And so now it's time to get started. We've got, what, 20 questions? We added a couple to them because they only had 18 questions. So we added 2 just because I like round numbers.
Just to keep it symmetrical.
It makes me feel better, and it's an issue that I have, and I live with it. And so thank you for enabling me and letting me have 2 more questions. Thank you for enabling me and letting me have 2 more questions. The first question, Toy Story Land or Galaxy's Edge?
For me, it's going to be Galaxy's Edge, just because of the nostalgia part of it.
Because you love Star Wars?
Because I love Star Wars. That's when I grew up in Star Wars.
I grew up in Toy Story. I grew up with Star Wars. I want to say this, I was 4 days old when I watched my first Star Wars movie, and that was episode 4. But having been to Toy Story and Galaxy's Edge and knowing that Galaxy's Edge is exactly the same at Disneyland, I'm gonna say Toy Story because I feel like Galaxy's Edge missed the mark on a bunch of things. For me, I feel like they could have, Disney, the royal they, could have made it unique. So much better. They could have done so many different Star Wars planets
worlds
or
at different
places in the Star Wars universe that we've already been in the movies. And I feel like that would have been really cool. I was just sort of underwhelmed with Galaxy's Edge. I have done neither of the rides. I haven't done either one of them just because the queues overwhelm me. And I am not one of those people that I feel like I need to be the first one to do it. I'm not into it.
I'm not real tech savvy, so I can't do it.
I just don't care. You know, so I'm gonna say Toy Story because the Alien Swirling Saucers ride is fascinating to me. I just love riding it and watching the discs turn and how the cars switch discs. For whatever reason, I think it's fascinating. I think my dad would love it. And the Slinky Dog ride, I think is so much fun. It's one of my favorite roller coasters just because it's such a smooth ride. I just think it's really great. And you haven't done it, but we definitely need to do that one together. So I'm gonna say Toy Story for this one.
Okay, number 2, Epcot or Animal Kingdom?
See, this is like right now, today, I'm gonna choose Animal Kingdom because Epcot is still under so much construction, and for me, that makes it hard for me to love it. Epcot is my favorite park, has been since our very first trip in 2002. I love that park. I love the World Showcase. Right now, World Showcase is where it's at. That's where you want to be in Epcot. I really don't want to be anywhere else just because of all the construction makes it hard to get around.
And that's why it would be Epcot for me, because for me, Animal Kingdom is so many walkways and paths and, you know, little turnarounds. It's really complicated. And I know for you it's really simple, but for me, I get mixed up in Animal Kingdom pretty easily. And I just, World Showcase is like
One
right
big
there
path.
in front of you. You can see it. You know, you just go around and around and around. And I love all the different countries that are represented. I love all the little booths. I wish I could consume more calories in a day and I had more money in my pocket so I could just eat
every day of the festival.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's almost always a festival, and even with when there's not, there are so many things. So for me, it would be Epcot, but Animal Kingdom for me is more limited.
I used to not like Animal Kingdom, and it is my second favorite park now.
Okay.
I love it. It's calming to me to go there. It's less wild, less loud. I love the animals. I do have a bonus question for you.
Oh.
If you could add one country to the World Showcase at Epcot, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know, on the spur of the moment.
Okay.
Australia.
I think that's a really good one
Yeah.
because they're not represented at all. Australia or New Zealand, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And you could have the Rescuers Down Under down there in Australia.
That would be really fun. Cinderella's Royal Table or Be Our Guest. So these are both character dining experiences. Cinderella's Royal Table is inside Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom, and Be Our Guest is in Beast Castle, which is kind of behind that. We've only done Cinderella's Royal Table, but I'm gonna choose Be Our Guest for this one because I've never done it.
I would choose Be Our Guest.
And I would try Be Our Guest before I would do Cinderella's Royal Table again. I just felt like Cinderella's Royal Table was...
Pomp and circumstance.
It wasn't bad. I just thought it was crowded and loud and not really magical. The food was fine. I just felt like it was overpriced.
It was just because you're eating in the Cinderella Castle, which is a tidbit I didn't realize. I thought it was Cinderella's as in she owns it, but the name of the castle is Cinderella Castle.
Yes, it is Cinderella Castle.
So that was something I learned just recently. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Big Thunder Mountain.
Big Thunder Mountain for me.
Yeah, me too. My
I like the
legs
ride
are
vehicle
too
better.
long, and so I can't imagine how somebody who's, you know, I'm only 5'9". I can't imagine how somebody who was really tall.
I'm thinking of Adam trying to get in the
Squish
ride vehicle
into that.
for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
I would like to ask a tall person, are you comfortable in that Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? Did they put me in the kiddie car? Because I fill the whole seat.
It's not an exciting ride.
And then it stops in the middle. I mean, it's really cool. There's the animatronics are neat. The theming is wonderful. But
I'm sure
the
it's great
ride
for
itself,
kids. But for me, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about me being in that line.
Yeah, no, me neither. I won't be there. All right, Peter Pan or It's a Small World. This is easy for me. If you know me, you know what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna say It's a Small World.
Yes, I am, and it's not just because of the glitter.
Every
I
day
loved
and
it
twice on Sunday, she's gonna go to It's a Small World.
Yes, I would ride it 3 times a day when I'm in Magic Kingdom if I could. I love this ride. It's so simple. It's just the whole world saying hello, welcome.
Now you know what I would say.
What?
Peter Pan, and you know why?
No, I don't.
He's a pirate.
Peter Pan is not a pirate. Captain Hook is the
Well,
pirate.
okay, but it's pirate themed, and that's what I really like about it.
You're so cute. All right.
Pirates of the Caribbean or Haunted Mansion?
Pirates of the Caribbean. I know a lot of people love Haunted Mansion. I don't get it. I mean, it's not bad. I just don't get the
It's
uber
a
excitement
longer
for it.
ride than I remember. I know I've ridden it lots, but I had gotten the opportunity to ride it sort of in a surprise day that I got to go with one of my friends, one of my work buddies. And even here during the pandemic, and
the queue was different.
The
Haunted
queue
Mansion.
was very different, and it's been a long time since I've ridden that ride, and it was a lot longer than I remember. But for me, it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
One of the things I don't like about the Haunted Mansion ride is actually the queue, because when you go inside from outside and it's sunny and then you walk in, I have bad eyesight, and so I really struggle changing from light to dark. And so for me, when I'm walking into that really dark hallway, I find that difficult. you know?
Well,
And so I trip
I'm
over people.
interested to see or hear that you have trouble seeing in there, because I definitely have trouble seeing in there. It is so blindingly dark.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things that I don't like about it. It just kind of puts me not in a bad mood, but it makes me uncomfortable before I even get on the ride vehicle, because I'm afraid I'm going to trip and fall or hurt somebody else because I can't see, because it's just so dark. And I feel like I'm not allowed to turn my phone flashlight on, but it's really difficult for me to see. But I love the Pirates queue. It's so themed, and I love the music, and I just love the whole ride.
I like that shop at the end.
Oh,
there are so
yes.
many things there that I just, they just look great. I'd love to take that home. I'd love to take that home.
I love the chess set.
But then I'm like,
there.
you know, what would I do with that? But I
Right.
just love so many things in that shop at the end of the pirate ride.
Yeah. Pirates for me all the time. Not that I don't like Haunted Mansion, but it's not my top 10 in Magic Kingdom. Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster. This is hard for me because I love them both.
Yeah, I like Tower of Terror. I don't know if it's my imagination, but it seems like not every trip through there is the same. And so sometimes it seems like I see just a couple of things different than I did the last time, and I like that. I know when we first wrote it, when they first opened it, it was a lot more thrilling. It seems like they've kind of
Tamed it
down a little bit. I mean, you're still getting the rug yanked out from underneath your feet. You're still falling, but it's seems like to me it's a little bit more tame now. Not that I dislike that, but it used to be quite the thrill.
I'm gonna choose Rock and Roller Coaster.
Really?
I love the music for Rock and Roller Coaster, and I love a really good roller coaster.
It's a great roller coaster.
It's so much fun, and it's the only one on Disney property that gives me that roller coaster, like amusement park ride feeling. And honestly, that's enough for me. You know, I love it. I love the single rider line. I love that ride. That's definitely my #1 ride in Hollywood Studios, and #2 is Star Tours, which I know is like very unpopular opinion, but I don't care. For me, it's Rock and Roller Coaster out of this or that.
Soaring or Test Track?
And we have to be clear, this is Soarin' Around the World, because Soarin' over California is gone. So Soarin' Around the World or Test Track. I used to love Test Track.
Yeah, the original Test Track was really impressive, and then
then Chevrolet sponsored it, and so now it's very different, and I still like it, but I'm gonna choose Soarin' because as much as I like a thrill ride once in a while, I love a really calm, easy, you know, kind of lower your blood pressure
get
kind
to
of
see
ride.
things I can't see, go places I can't go.
Travel around the world, and to me, Soarin' fits into the World Showcase.
I love
idea of
the
Epcot.
smells, the scents. They really try
It's
to
immersive.
immerse you in that.
Expedition Everest or Space Mountain.
Expedition Everest is so well themed. I think that is just an awesome ride, but for me it's Space Mountain.
Really?
Oh yeah, you go in there and it gives you a little time to kind of get through the theming, and your eyes kind of get adjusted, and sometimes they have the lights on inside when you ride it, and I just love Space Mountain. I think it is just a really fun ride, rocketing through there. You get your own little space car, and it's smooth. I don't feel like I'm being jerked around or rattled around, because some of those coasters, because we've been to some other parks, theme parks that have, you know, wooden coasters, and some of them just like to jar your insides out. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Expedition Everest because of the very themed queue. I love walking in the queue to get on the ride at Expedition Everest, and I like the ride vehicle better for Expedition Everest. It's more comfortable for me. I don't like this Space Mountain one because you have to like crawl down in there, and if you've got a backpack, it's difficult to have that crammed in by your feet.
Flight of Passage or Rise of the Resistance?
I've only ridden Flight of Passage, and I've done it a couple of times, and both times I thought that it was a really cool ride. It reminds me a lot of Soarin'. It's like a similar concept. It's sort of like a virtual reality kind of thing. You're riding one of their I don't even know what it's called because I'm not in
Bug motorcycles?
It is sort of like a motorcycle, but I thought it was really cool. I feel like you would enjoy it. I do want to try Rise of the Resistance sometime, so I guess I'll choose Rise of the Resistance for that reason, because I would like to give it a shot.
Neither one. I'm really upset, Disney, and this finger is at you. I do not like that I can't have a spontaneous vacation. I understand that you want us to have reservations for our meals, but that we have to have fast passes or wait in line 2 hours. I don't know. Disney, I'm really upset, and I want you to do something about it because I want to have some spontaneity in my vacation. Can you read my handwriting?
Early
Rope drop or late. You can sleep in, or do you want to get there early for rope drop?
For me, as an annual pass holder living here, it's always sleep in or arrive to the park later, just because I don't want to be in that first crush of people rushing to the park. I'm not in a hurry, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I've been there, and it is not my first day, unless there's like a merchandise drop that day or something. That's the only reason I can think that I would rush to the park first thing in the morning.
I'm torn because I'm an early riser. It's difficult for me to sleep in. I don't do well with that. And so I'm up and dressed and chomping at the bit and, you know.
She is, it's true.
Faunching under my saddle. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Can you tell I'm a hillbilly?
Snorting in the driveway. or what she'll do, here's what she does. She gathers all of her stuff in the kitchen and then she just picks it up and leaves. She'll be in the car for 20 minutes. She won't even tell us, I'll be in the car, I'm ready when you are. She won't text us or anything. She's just gone. So
well, I don't get mad.
But that's when we know that, oh, she's been ready for a while. But it would be nice if you would give us a little bit of notice, like...
Well, sometimes I'm on autopilot and I don't even know.
Well, it's kind of rude.
I'm sorry, I'll do better.
Kilimanjaro safaris or Jungle Cruise? You answer this one first.
Do you know me? Jungle Cruise.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I like the Kilimanjaro safari. I like being able to see the animals, and the truck driver is the one who really kind of makes it. And sometimes it's almost like they get preachy. And, you know, I don't like being lectured to when I'm trying to have a fun day.
Yeah.
But I do like going out there and seeing the animals, and I enjoy the ride, and you know, I think the time to wait ratio with the time on the road, you know, time in the truck ride is great. I like that it's narrated and they tell me all about it, but I don't really like that I'm being lectured to. So
I'm gonna choose the safari because my last several experiences have been very good and I haven't, excuse me, been lectured quite as much as I have been in the past. It's not quite so heavy on the anti-poaching, which is still important, but I agree with you. I'm on vacation.
Dumbo or Aladdin's Magic Carpet Ride?
See, these to me are the same ride. When I'm in the ride vehicle, I don't really care what it looks like.
Yeah.
But I think I prefer the view when I'm on Dumbo.
I prefer Aladdin's Magic Carpet Ride.
Why?
Because Dumbo makes me want to cry.
I just like what I see when I'm on Dumbo. Does that make sense? Like what I'm seeing,
yeah.
not the ride vehicle or the ride itself.
I'm so busy
like
playing with the levers and all that stuff, making it go up and down. I'm not even looking out of the window.
Window.
Looking out at the view.
My whole point is to look out. I go up as high as I can and I stay there the whole time, and then I look out because that's the point to me, is to get up in the air.
Yeah. I like making it go up and down, tilt back and forth.
You're a child. All right, next question. Eat at the parks or eat at the resorts? And I'm gonna include Disney Springs as a resort because it's not a park, because you don't need admission.
That's a park?
I'm gonna include it as a resort.
Oh, okay,
you don't
then
need
that's
admission.
easy for me. It's resort.
Okay.
It's a resort.
Is it just because Disney Springs swings it that way for you?
I think the resorts have better restaurants, more food options, more opportunities to have some fine dining that you can go to in a t-shirt and jeans. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're in a t-shirt and jeans at the park, but it's not, I don't think it's really great food. I think it's really high priced, and you gotta wait in line, and you gotta use mobile order, and you gotta, and I struggle with the tech, and I would prefer, I like being served. I don't really like eating off of a paper plate or out of a plastic
she hates
basket.
baskets.
You know, I'm paying for a service. I just think it's nice to be served.
I feel like food options are more varied at resorts And I mean, I understand why they do that at the parks because they want to please the majority of people at the parks, but I feel like you get really wide variety of choices when you go outside the parks and you go to the resorts or Disney Springs.
A new mug or a new Spirit jersey? That's a tough one. Spirit jersey.
Me too.
Spirit jersey.
It's something that I can wear on like a daily basis. They last a while. I haven't had one that has gone bad on me or gotten a hole or started to shed.
They're nice quality.
Or fray. They're really nice quality shirts.
Well, and the ones we got during the holidays, they were just such nice quality, such cool Spirit jersey, and they're, I don't say timeless, but you know, it takes you back to such a great memory of when you got it. And I know the mugs do too, but just, I don't know, having that Spirit jersey on, for me,
more people see the Spirit jersey because you wear it outside of your house. You don't take your coffee, or I don't take my coffee mug out and like, look at my mug. You know, I don't do that. And I do think mugs are cool, but sometimes Disney mugs are not the greatest quality. We've had a couple that have started to like chip on us, or the paint chips off,
or just fades,
or and they just look bad. And we already have a cabinet full of coffee mugs. We don't need any more coffee mugs. Right. But these I get to wear.
Pretzel or churro?
Neither. Can I say popcorn?
Oh.
I'm not a pretzel girl. And I love bread. I just don't like pretzels. But if I'm gonna pick one of these two,
it's gonna be a churro.
I guess I'm gonna choose the pretzel because pretzel comes with cheese sauce, and so I'm gonna choose the pretzel because of the cheese sauce.
Because of the cinnamon and the sugar.
Yeah, of course you would. Front of the line all day or free snacks all day?
Front of the line all day.
Me too.
Free snacks? What's wrong with you?
Emma, tell us what snacks you would get.
I don't care, it's free.
I know, but at least you get to be in the front of the line. I would rather be in the
front of the line all day.
I don't care about that. Food at Disney is so expensive.
Yeah, but why not take your own snacks? It's cheaper at home.
Yeah.
And then you get to be in the front of the line all day. Or you're in the front of the line all day, you ride all the rides you need to by 10 o'clock, and then you can go home and have dinner or lunch.
Okay, but what if you're at Epcot for food and wine? You could get free food at every single one of those kiosks.
Are those snacks though, or are those meals?
I count them as snacks. They're small.
Okay.
You rock.
See, I like that argument. That's a good argument.
Yeah.
And you have just convinced me. I'm still not going to change my answer, but that's the only situation where I would choose free snacks all day.
Yeah.
As if the snacks were eating around the world at Epcot for free in the kiosks.
free festival food. Yeah.
Yeah. That would make a difference.
But I wouldn't be able to be keto. So we're on keto. So I'm still going to stick with front of the line all day.
First on Tron or first on Ratatouille?
Ooh. I believe both of these rides exist elsewhere in the world. I believe Ratatouille is already in Disneyland Paris, and I believe Tron is somewhere overseas at one of the Asian parks. I don't remember which one. Which I think is really cool that they're bringing rides from overseas to the United States. Going back to my Galaxy's Edge argument though, I feel like if there were unique experiences at different parks around the world, people would be more enticed to go to the other parks around the world. Just saying. But I'm gonna choose Ratatouille, actually.
I would choose Tron.
Why?
I like the old Tron movie. I know that it's kind of only got a cult following of oddballs, but I'm one of the oddballs, and I liked that old Tron movie.
We haven't watched it in a long time. We should watch that movie again.
I liked it. Isn't there a new remake of it? Yeah.
That's with the question mark.
I really liked the old Tron movie, and the remake was not.
I think we had it on VHS tape.
Yeah, we had a lot on VHS tape. Park Day or Disney Springs?
Disney Springs for me.
Why is that?
It's more relaxed. I get to people watch without having to have a park reservation, which is nice. So I can still go to Disney Springs kind of on a whim. I like that it opens at 10 and it's open longer throughout the day. I like the shopping opportunities. I like the dining opportunities. I like the music. I like walking around. I think it's pretty. And when I'm ready to go home, it's like really close to the parking garage. Parking is free. So I would just choose Disney Springs over the park.
Also, Yeah, Disney Springs for me for some of those same reasons. I like Disney Springs shopping. I like Disney Springs places that you have to choices for eating or drinking. There just seems like there are a lot of activities there. And at the parks, when I go to the parks, I want to ride rides, and the lines are pretty long.
Last question, and these last two are the ones that we added. So the Disney Springs versus Park Day is one we added because I feel like a lot of people underestimate Disney Springs or don't even consider Disney Springs. So we added that question because I want you to think about Disney Springs because it's there and I think it's wonderful. And the next question, the last question, is
Staying on property or off
on property or off property. Lots of things to consider.
Yeah, to me it would depend on, is this an Orlando experience or a Disney experience? If it's going to be a Disney experience, hands down, I want to stay on Disney property just because of the accessibility. But if I'm coming in, I'm going to have more of an Orlando experience and I'm going to do some things off property, then I do not want to stay on Disney property.
Because it can be kind of hard to leave that Disney bubble. It takes a while to get outside of that bubble. When we were staying at the Polynesian, she was still going to work every day. And it took her 15 minutes just to get to the car from the bungalow.
From the bungalow.
So it took her a while to get to work, even though we were actually closer than we are at home. It still took her almost the same amount of time to get to work as it did, you know, usually. So
if I'm staying on property, it's because I want to have a Disney experience.
I'm gonna say stay on property just because we have DVC points. We've done a couple of resort hop vacations, which I thought was wonderful both times we did it, and I really enjoyed seeing the different resorts. I had fun with this one.
I did too.
These were a lot of questions, and some of them kind of made me think, you know, just because
I was surprised at some of the answers, some of her answers and some of my answers.
You surprised I chose Animal Kingdom over Epcot? Because I would never do that, but right now Epcot has so much construction and I'm really growing to love Animal Kingdom. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. We have talked your ears off, and I'm not sorry because I had a lot of fun filming this. Did you?
I did.
I'm glad. I think we're going to try to do some more tag videos just because they're so much fun to film. So if you have any suggestions for tag videos, I would love to hear them in a comment, or just like link to a video in a comment would be really cool. But I think that's going to be it for today. So you guys will see me or us in another video really, really soon.
Bye now.